Today was the day when Maharashtra brought out its budget. All eyes for the 2025-26 budget, Ajit Pawar's 11th, were as to how will the government balance its budget. Remember, the Ladki Bahin scheme was the government's big ticket to come back to power in November last year. The Mahayuti had promised to raise the payout from 1,500 rupees to women below the poverty line to 2,100. Instead, what's happened? The outlay on Ladki Bahin has come down from 46,000 crores to 36,000 crores, and there will be no hike as was promised before the election. Not surprising, because the Maharashtra government has a huge debt at the moment. The Ladki Bahin scheme was the brainchild of the previous Eknath Shinde government. So ahead of elections, the government had promised to increase the amount given to more than 2 crore beneficiaries to 2,100. Post-election, fiscal prudence matters. And now suddenly the government says, we're not raising the money. Listening to what Ajit Pawar had to say and what the same government said just 3 or 4 months ago.
माझं एक उदाहरण दाखवा जाहीरनामा. मला एकच मिनिट, मला वाद घालू नका. मला जाहीरनामा दाखवा. आम्ही सांगितलेलं होतं पुढे सरकार आमचं आल्यानंतर आम्ही ह्याच्यामध्ये त्या ठिकाणी वाढ करू. आता आमचं सरकार आलेलं आहे. पहिल्यांदा आम्हाला आर्थिक शिस्त लावायची होती. ती आर्थिक शिस्त लावण्याचं काम आणि वित्तीय निर्देशांक जे ठरवून दिलेले त्याच्यामध्ये यत्किंचितही बाजूला न जाण्याचं काम आम्ही केलेलं आहे. ज्या योजना आम्ही दिलेल्या होत्या वीज माफीची आणि आमच्या लाडक्या बहिणीची, त्या योजनांना पण भरीव अशा प्रकारची तरतूद आम्ही अर्थसंकल्पामध्ये केलेली आहे. आता विरोधक तर आधी म्हणत होते हे सत्तेवर आल्यानंतर पुन्हा या योजना बंद करतील. तुम्हाला आठवत आहे मागं सुशीलकुमार शिंदे मुख्यमंत्री असताना त्यांनी वीज माफीचा निर्णय घेतला आणि नंतर जे मुख्यमंत्री झाले महाविकास आघाडीमध्ये त्यांनी ती योजना बंद केली.
लाडक्या बहिणींना पुढच्या काळामध्ये 1500च्या ऐवजी 2100 रुपये देण्याचा आमचा संकल्प आहे. शेतकऱ्यांची कर्जमाफी करण्याचा आमचा संकल्प आहे, कारण शेतकऱ्यांना आम्ही ऑलरेडी मोफत वीज दिलेली आहे, पण शेतकऱ्यांची कर्जमाफी आम्ही करतो आहोत. आणि त्यासोबत आम्ही भावांतर योजना आणतो आहोत. म्हणजे हमी भावापेक्षा जर कमी भावामध्ये मार्केटची खरेदी सुरू झाली तर हमी भावाने खरेदी तर करूच, पण ज्या ठिकाणी हमी भावाने खरेदी होणार नाही त्या ठिकाणी भावांतर योजना राबवून जो काही मधला डिफरन्स आहे तो थेट शेतकऱ्याच्या खात्यामध्ये टाकण्याचा निर्णय आम्ही घेतलेला आहे.
So is there a difference between how our politicians act before an election and after? Maharashtra may well provide the classic example. Sahil Joshi, our Mumbai bureau chief, joins us. Sahil, it seems that the Maharashtra government is finally recognizing some of the pressures it is under. Huge financial debt that continues to rise. Now the government seems to have decided, at least for now, we are not raising the Ladki Bahin from 1,500 rupees per month to 2,100. Clearly, one thing before elections and one thing after. What's the reasoning being given?
Well, right now there is no reason being given at this point of time, because there seems to be no reason at all. Everybody knew since the time that the scheme was implemented that it's going to be really heavy on the state's exchequer, and they already knew that it is going to have an additional burden on the treasury. The way the debt is rising at this point of time, the Maharashtra's debt with respect to the GSDP is almost 18%, though it is below the permissible level of 25%. The state government knew already that it's definitely going to have an impact on the government spending on various projects in Maharashtra. So that is the reason why the high point of the budget which was presented in June, which is not a full budget, but the high point was, of course, the Ladki Bahin scheme, and also the other schemes which were part of the election manifesto. In today's budget, there was no flagship scheme which was announced. Even the allocation for the Ladki Bahin scheme, which was 45,000 crore rupees from June to April to March to April 2025. Even that allocation has been reduced to almost 35,000, almost 10,000 crore drop in that allocation as well. So now the government is saying that yes, we have promised 2,100 rupees, but we haven't told you whether we are going to do it immediately in the coming budget or not. So they are trying to take a kind of a different route altogether. Now the government is saying that, we want to sustain this scheme. So first we want to understand whether all the 2.37 crore women who have been benefited from this scheme, whether they are actually beneficiaries or there needs to be some kind of scrutiny of the beneficiaries, whether actually the right people have got the benefits from the scheme or not. So it's very clear now that 2,100 rupees is a far ahead dream for the women who were actually looking forward to the budget, that 600 rupees will be added to the kitty of 1,500 rupees. That is not going to happen for sure.
Okay, so Maharashtra clearly facing certain financial realities, very different, as I said, life for most of our governments. BJP-led Maharashtra, Congress-led Karnataka and Telangana, life is very different before elections and after elections.